Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, written Ralph, talking to you straight from our show here, Apple Bites, where we take a bite out of the apple and share it with you. And as you can see, we have a special show today because we have Mr. Fish and Paul hanging out, and we're all about to talk about a plethora of beautiful things, especially Fish's new Kickstarter, which will be starting August 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to be severely disappointed if we don't geek out on the show, because I got like two of the biggest geeks going right here, and if we don't have a major geek session, it's not going to happen. I'm going to be very disappointed. So.
Oh, this is a total geek out today, folks. If you want some geeking, this is where you're going to get it.
If you want some really strong opinions about some really niche issues, you
Paul, why don't we get the blood flowing, and you tell the people all about what your Kickstarter and how it's going. That way we can get it out there in the beginning of the show. Go for it.
Well, first off, I have to thank you, Raphael, because your promotions of this have been amazing. I mean, the last video you did was great. I have nothing but heartfelt thanks for you and what you're doing to try and get this promotion going for me. It's been awesome. Our Kickstarter is for the second issue of Time Enforcers. The first issue is a digital comic. This is actually going to be a physical comic. We're funded, which is great, but I really want to unlock milestones for stretch goals, because I got a lot of stuff going on. It's really cool. And as soon as we hit $2,000, that'll be the first goal. And then after that, I mean, it's just the sky's the limit. There's a lot of opportunities to unlock some really cool stuff. So basically, Time Enforcers, it started out as a video game to make learning history fun for kids. It came out of COVID. I really wanted to make the whole virtual experience a better one than it was during COVID for kids and teachers. And so that's how it started. But then as I developed episode 2 on the video game, I realized I had to animate all the scenes. So since I have to animate all the scenes, I'm almost make a comic book out of it. And that's really how this came about. The comic book is really cool. I'm working on the final few pages now. So ultimately, I will be delivering final copies in October, which I'm excited about. We got some really cool reward levels set up. In addition to the digital copy, the print copy, we also have 5 variant covers commissioned by artists of renown. I really have to say that Angel Lopez, the son of Saint, we have him on. We have Keith Williams. We have Chris Mad. We have Will Torres, and we have Angelo Concepcion III. The covers look amazing. They're going to be virgin variants, meaning that I'm not going to apply any kind of Time Enforcers branding on it. It's only for the Kickstarter. I will be offering these variants at shows and on my store, but they will have Time Enforcers branding on it. So if people want to get an opportunity to get these covers in pristine condition without any kind of, Time Enforcers hoo-ha on it, you can get them off the Kickstarter. Once they go away from the Kickstarter, then everything becomes Time Enforcers branded. But regardless, I mean, the artwork is just amazing. Each artist has their own unique style. I really left it up to them to decide what to do. I didn't provide any direction. I really wanted their input in terms of, creating the concept and pulling the characters together into the theme for the book. And they turned out great. They're all different. They're all unique, and they're all excellent, which is just amazing to me. So
I really like that idea, and I'm going to steal it. I'm going to tell you right now, because that's a brilliant idea. I have spent a lot of money on some really beautiful art for variant covers for my books over the years, and I always listed it as like a Kickstarter exclusive. You could only get them on the Kickstarter, and I wouldn't reprint them again. So some of my favorite art, my favorite covers for the Mighty Call, I can't print again because I promised I wouldn't. Right? I'm going to use them as posters, but I can't use them as I should have done the Virgin variant, and I could reuse them.
Yeah, I was racking my brain, Fish, because I just thought that same thing. I don't want to offer something on a Kickstarter and then lose the appeal by kind of reneging on that and then selling at a convention or through a store. And that's why the variant covers are that way. I'm trying to think what else I did too. There's 1 or 2 other objects up there that are Kickstarter only exclusives. And so that's how I looked at it. I mean, I just wanted this to be an opportunity for someone to pick up a really cool piece of art and not have it with all my, Time Enforcers logo on it. And you could definitely bring it to a con, get these guys to sign it. It's going to be amazing. I mean, the Will Torres cover of his Spider-Man redo of Todd McFarlane and my Kaizen character is amazing. So I'm trying to get, Will to sign it. I'll try to get Scott Snyder to sign it. So it's pretty cool. I think it's just a lot of opportunity to, engage with artists that way and also get them recognition, because I really feel that, a lot of these artists are just, they're grinding out day to day. And I just want to try and lift them up a little bit and get the recognition they deserve. The thing about the hardcover edition, I get some news on that, Raphael, if you like.
Cool.
The hardcover is not going to be just a strict hardcover. It's actually going to be either a leatherette or a leather-bound book. So it's actually home, and it's going to have foil stamping on the front. So where you see all the blind embossed, it's actually going to be all gold foil stamp. So I know I have a few people sign up for the hardcover either through the treasure trove option or through the hardcover itself. And so this is going to be really cool. It's going to really look like a book. It's going to feel like a book. And I'm really excited about that. And the other thing that I have in this, I have artwork that was done over the past 2 years at different conventions for artists that actually interpreted my characters. And I really wanted them to, take an opportunity to apply their own style to the characters from my book. And so there's actually going to be an artist gallery showcased in the back featuring the artist's art along with their name and their social media address, so they can get promotion from them as well. So I'm really trying to spread the word on this and get people involved.
That's always the most fun ones, when somebody asks you to do a commission and they're like, have fun with it. Do it in your style. Put your stank on it. And that's fun, man.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that, Fish, because I go to people and ask them, can you interpret my character? And the first thing most of them say is, what do you want me to do? And that's when I say, whatever you want. And they're like, I don't know what I want. Well, figure it out. Just have some fun with it. I don't care. It's your style.
We get that opportunity so rarely.
Yeah. I know. I want Spider-Man, I want Deadpool. It's like, okay, those are all, great, but, this is something new, something different. Mm-hmm. You're creative people, have some fun with it. That's the way I look at it. So.
Oh yeah, that's the fun stuff. I've worked with a couple people that are like, yeah, do your take on it, have fun with it. I want to see what you come up with. And then to get to see little things that I did end up getting incorporated into the main character. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like that part's me right there. I got to add to that.
It's fun, right?
I've never understood that though. Why would you hire somebody and then tell them to do it your way?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want you to draw this and look exactly like I drew it. Exactly. No, I want you to do something cool with it. And if it looked like, I hired Drew Moss to do some Green Zone variant covers for me, that's working on Thundercats and stuff and Gargoyles and all that awesome stuff. And he, when he saw Virgil as this big, horny toad, he went all the way back to actual horny toad, biology, and drew this crazy looking thing. Doesn't look anything like my, cartoon lizard dude. Horrific looking monster. Most beautiful cover I have ever seen of Virgil. I freaking love it. Looks nothing like my Virgil, but it's so recognizable. His version of Bellamy, she looks so beautiful and so sad, and her quills are gorgeous, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I wish I had.
That's what I like about it, because I've asked a lot of different artists to do this for me, and I was really surprised by some of the things that came out. Like V. Keith Marion actually did one rendition of Chronolith that'll be featured in the book. It's actually on my website on Instagram, and it's just incredible. He looks totally maniacal in the V. Keith, Ken Marion style. It's really fun. And then there was one guy, I can't remember his name, but he was definitely a horror, type of artist, and he did another, Chronolith, and man, it looked totally evil. It was awesome. It was so cool.
That's epic. I hired Seth the Moose to do some variant covers for the Mighty Caw, and he already draws a little cartoony and big hands and stuff, so he really excelled. And they are legit my favorite images of the Mighty Caw ever, much more than anything I've ever drawn. They're so action-packed. They're so awesome. And once I colored them, they just came out amazing. That's why I'm going to reuse them as posters, because they're too beautiful to just let die on the Kickstarter exclusives. Yeah. But they're so gorgeous. I just absolutely love them.
Yeah, I opened up a Shopify store, and the the service I was using was just so clunky. It was ugly. This store looks really awesome now. And I'm really excited, like these virgin variants, like you said, Fish, was, taking an opportunity to make, posters out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And those can be easily, printed in a digital format and one off. Scroll back up for a second, Ralph. You jumped too quick. One thing I want to say, our digital reward right there, go down. Our stretch goal for $2,000, not just digital stickers. I always throw extra stuff in as well. So if we reach that stretch goal, every backer in this campaign, no matter what level you come in at, will get not only the digital reward, but you're also going to get a membership into our secret circle. And if you know A Christmas Story, then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Ovaltine. I don't want to drink my Ovaltine.
With all the titles and membership and rewards therein. So no, I'm having super fun with this. It's just a blast. And I love Easter eggs. And that's one of the big Easter eggs I got going on. So it's fun.
I have wanted to find a way to get a decoder ring made for so long.
Oh my God.
It included something for some reason.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah. I love putting puzzles and games and stuff in my books. I've put mazes and and games in the books before. Now I'm hiding QR codes all over the place.
Oh, that's great.
And they lead to like secret unlisted YouTube videos where you can get like secret messages from the characters and stuff.
That's a great idea. I'm going to steal that one.
Great
idea. Steal my idea, Fish.
I'm telling you. And those 3 spots in the corner, that's for the camera to recognize what angle the thing's at. So you can skew them into perspective to fit on like the side of a box in an image or something. And you can take the color of it down as long as there's enough contrast between the 2 colors for the camera to be able to read it. And I'll test it with like several different like iPhones and Androids and stuff to make sure that it works on the printed page. But you can get those colors down pretty close that it makes it hard it doesn't just stand out as a black and white box.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
And then I stick it on the side of something in perspective, and only a handful of people, like maybe 5-6 people, have found some of these secret messages, but there's several hidden in the books.
I'll have to look for it now. I got to go back to my issues. It's awesome.
Oh my God. Paul, you have been like amazing on all this. And I'm always amazed at the fact of how much you're doing at the same time.
Well, it's funny. I was working on the last few pages, and I started, of course, with the last page first. And I was going through different setups for it. And I have to say, it's KA, man. It's KA right now. It's just, I looked at this and said, this is it. This is how I want to end the book. So I go into episode 3. I'm so pumped about it. It's just going to be a blast. And I'm not tipping anything off. Raphael kind of knows what it is already, but I'm not saying anything more. So it's really fun.
Oh my God.
And what's great about, go back up for 1 second. So these dossier cards, go down. The dossier cards, they're going to appear in the book. And I have this device called the Chronoton. And basically what the Chronoton is, it came from the first video game. It allowed players to go through the game and actually find answers to the questions imposed by the Inquisitor. And so the Chronoton is kind of like a Pip-Boy from Fallout, where you have all the answers you need and go to it. So I really wanted to take it a step up. And in this issue, I have these dossier cards, and the dossier cards will be featured in the Chronoton. The Chronoton is actually going to be like the last 6 pages of the book. So actually players can go back, read about the characters, get their backgrounds, and also find answers to the puzzles within the book. So they have to go to the internet. So that was like the dual purpose for that. But the dossier cards are actually, here they are. We had these 2 offered for our pre-launch. So these 2 dossier cards were available for pre-launch for like $5, and it actually comes with a couple extra things in the pack. It's a gold pack. So these cards are gone away. They were only available during the pre-launch. The thing about it is I'm going to step up to a tabletop role-playing game next. And if you have these cards and you play with them, they're going to actually increase your power during the game. So, and then this Kickstarter, at different tier levels, we actually have 2 additional dossier cards that are being offered. We've got Maisie and we've got Togo. And if you hit like a certain level on the tier, you call what I call breaking the time barrier, where you'll get those cards included for free. So these are going to all play into the tabletop role playing game, which is what I'm doing next. I'm currently in development, getting all the artwork done for that, and then I'll be offering that as another Kickstarter, but also as another segment for our education framework. And so this will be a game that kids can play, learn about history, and also have a little Dungeons and Dragon action in it as well. So it's really cool. So everything's going to be dual purposed and, being added to different segments and different products within the Time Enforcers universe. So.
See, that's why I like you. That's why I like you, because I've been doing a similar thing on mine, and I've been doing these 3D miniatures that you can get on my campaigns.
Yeah.
And they're digital too, so you can get them as digital rewards. And so if you got a 3D printer at home, you can print them up, or you can get the fancy ones from me. And they come out beautiful. This is the Mighty Claw with his sword. And but you can get the 3D the files and print it yourself cheap, or print at the library. And in the end of it, like, you can use these in whatever games you want to. You can use them just to play and have fun. The cops and stuff from Green Zone would make really good characters. I can't reach them because there's a bunch of stuff from the last con in the way. But I got the vehicle from Green Zone, the whole 9 yards, for the last campaign. But in the end, my plan is I want to make a board game with all of the characters from all of my games, all my books that I've done, like Alice in Wonderland and the Tin Man and White Rabbit and the Mighty Claw and all of them, and have like a giant, like, Candyland style board game where you can go from world to world and travel around and have it be one big fun thing at the end. So I love the way you're thinking, man.
Well, here you go, Ralph.
Oh, look at that.
I just got to paint mine. I haven't painted mine yet, Fish. So
I got some made at like 200%. So they were real easy to show off on camera on podcasts. And I painted them. My Alice came out okay. My Tin Man was great. My Alice was kind of iffy. And so I gave my Rabbit and Alice to this professional painter to paint them at a con.
Ooh.
And then UPS lost them.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No. And then he just ghosted me. So at first he was like, okay, well, I'll pay you back everything you lost. Then he was like, well, I'll pay you back for UPS because I put a lot of work into that. And then he just ghosted me. But,
it is what it is.
So now I got to get new ones printed and paint them again. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, stinks.
Sometimes we forget that the post office, doesn't always get our stuff to us.
I have such good luck almost all the time that you forget those kind of things happen sometimes. Like, I had a package the last time I ever mailed original art in a tube, that tube just disappeared. And I know it rolled off of a conveyor belt, or it rolled out of a bucket and rolled under something and is stuck somewhere, just in Kansas somewhere underneath, a shelf somewhere. So everything since then has been mailed in a flat box mailer, and they don't get lost because they're the size of a freaking post.
Exactly. Yeah. You see, damn UPS. Oh my God. I gotta say, we don't talk about the art in the comic book much, because we're always talking about everything else. But dude, you did a fantastic job with this.
Thanks, man. I just, it's my first foray into comics. I've drawn my whole life, but I'm not considered to be a comic book artist. But the only way I could approach this is kind of realistic. It's the only way I can think it out and do it. And so that's kind of the appeal, because I don't really have like a style of character where I can do like a quick thin, thick line and then add some color to it. I'm not at that point yet. So everything is kind of like, realistic for me. That's the way I approached it. And that's what I'm comfortable with. It takes a little longer, but that's how I'm going through it. And I'm having fun with it. It's just a blast. So
it's absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks.
But a friend of mine who is a very realistic painter and paints realistic wildlife and stuff says the same thing. Like she's amazed at how I just throw out these lines and know where to put thick lines and thin lines.
Yeah.
And how do you make it look like a person with just these black lines on white paper? And I'm like, that's what I spent my lifetime learning. She learned how to paint realistic feathers and fur and metallic reflections. I cannot do that. It's fascinating for me to watch her paint, but I can't do what she does. And she's fascinated by what I do.
Well, if it's going to get done, I got to figure out a quicker way to do it. I got a few more pages to work on, so I just can't be like laboring over it like I have been. So it's okay. But this is the history all around us framework I spoke about. Basically, it's meant to engage kids, at a what I call a base level, where they're not just playing a video game, they're not playing a card game, they're actually using all the components together to make a full learning experience. And in that learning experience, we have what are called mission journals. So the kids come on as time enforcer agents. They have to choose a topic in the area that they're studying. So if they're going to be looking at feudal Japan, they can choose the person, place, or thing that they want to investigate. And then they have a journal that they have to write down ideas about every day. So that means the research they do is written down. It's not looked up on Wiki. It's not looked up on Google. It's actually, figuring out the research is and then writing it down. After that week, they come together as a team. They take all the research together and they formulate a presentation and actually get input from everyone as opposed to one kid doing all the work. So it's really, making it so the kids are engaged. They learn the basics of journaling. They learn the basics of collaboration and communication. And ultimately, they do the work of presentation. So they can spill the whole myth. I'd rather die than do public speaking. I think the whole thing is people just, if they practice, presenting, you can be comfortable doing anything you want. It's just a matter of doing enough of it. And that's where it comes down to. So it's getting the basics in of doing that. And the whole support of the comic book, the tabletop role-playing game, the video game is all about, engaging those learners who may not have, the capacity for reading. It's giving them an opportunity to actually have the same experience without the trials and tribulations of reading 300 pages a night and then figuring out what the information is. It's really trying to make it more engageable for kids at all levels. So, and we have an awards-based system as well. So as kids go through the program, they get awarded badges, for accomplishing different things. So
that's really awesome, especially taking into consideration not everybody learns exactly the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really great.
My wife, who is the education consultant for the education format, she actually works at Fairleigh Dickinson University in the regional center, and she's helping kids that have learning disabilities get through college. And I'll say this, almost 80% of the kids go through and they're on the dean's list. And these kids were written off, pretty much after high school and freshman year. I mean, anyone can learn. You just have to figure out how they learn. And once you figure out how they learn, they can just take off and do it themselves. So it's really cool stuff. So another Easter egg that I got, I love sci-fi. I love comics. And of course, who doesn't love Star Wars? So this is my inspiration for episode 4. Is the Time Enforcer agents and appearing as in the Millennium Falcon, but this is actually Amelia's upgraded Vega 6 3D. So it's an airplane they fly through.
James says, as a kid, I would have mobbed that and collected badges like a madman.
Thanks, James. That inspires me. I got to create more badges now.
You know what it is? The reason we like those video games is because you get all those little pluses when you're playing the video games. So imagine if life was like that and you got all those badges for doing things.
Yeah, well, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, everything. Yep. They're all about badges, right?
Exactly.
How many merit badges you get? Well, I get 18. So you're an Eagle now, right? So yeah, damn straight. It's a way of signaling accomplishments. It's really cool.
That's the thing, man. I'm that dude that goes back through the whole video game after the end and goes all the way back to the beginning. Now that you got the missiles that'll bust through metal walls and break through that shiny wall on level 1 to get the little totem behind there so that you can collect them all. I'm absolutely that dude, which is why I like putting the games and stuff in there in my books. Some people aren't going to bother looking for them, but for the people that enjoy that stuff, you're going to get a real kick out of it when you do.
Totally agree. That's why I'm doing this. Like, we're going to have a Easter egg hunt after the issue is published. And when our Discord channel will be opening up to the members to try and find as many Easter eggs as they can in the book. And there should be a lot. So I'm pretty excited about that. We've got a bunch of add-ons in the Kickstarter, which is cool. So anyone that makes a pledge and wants to get like Macy's ball cap or Togo's blue bandana, we have a t-shirt there. We also have an Inquisitor chrono flip, and then you can buy actually the digital version of the game on a flash drive. And then we also have collector pins too. I'm going to be adding more stuff in, and that's one reason why I'm doing the store, because I have another t-shirt I want to make up. It's going to feature Amelia Earhart, and on it, it'll be essentially a huge portrait of her with her Vega in the background, and the text is going to say "Fueled on Brains and Moxie." So it's all about inspiring kids to, step up, go further. The other t-shirt that I want to do, which will also be featured, will be Kaizen, and it'll say "Always improving," or always keep improving, something like that. So it's really featuring him and then having this inspiration, because right now it's the evil chrono, let's say, no one can stop me, which is fun, but I want to have something for one of the good guys on there.
But I have to say that even as a shirt, it's the bad guy, but it's a sentiment that we can believe in. No one can stop me.
It wears well. It wears well. Anyway, stand up, show him. Anyway, my wife is like kidding me all the time. It's like, you stop wearing the shirt. It's like, I don't know. I gotta be a billboard. I gotta keep promoting. I can't help it.
Man, I only wear my own merch.
Yeah,
now.
look,
that's all I ever wear at this point. I do a new shirt for each campaign, and I gotta have one.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's what you call promoting.
Yeah. Though my wife is kind of sick of it, because I made a Mr. Fish Comics hoodie to go with it. So for like one of my last campaigns, and I made one for myself. So now when we go out to eat, not only do I usually have my face on my chest, but it's on both sleeves and my back. And
my God,
that's a lot of you.
Oh, but that's promotion, man. Nobody's gonna forget you.
And then I'll be at the store, and somebody's like, "Are you Mr. Fish from Mr. Fish Comics?" I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I forget, it's plastered all over me.
That's so funny.
Oh man. The link is there in the comment section, folks. And James just said, badges proving you're smarter. I would have crushed the souls of my classmates.
You're the type of student I want, James. I'll tell you right now. Mm-hmm. I need to put you in my my pilot test.
Oh my God. Fish, I've been looking forward to talking about this, because I saw all the stuff you were putting out there. And like I was saying in the green room, at first I just thought it was the new show you had on. So
it is.
And you did tell me that it is.
It's also a little more than that. Now we're in the pre-launch right now, so my page is not nearly as long as the other. But this is the pre-launch page for the Roll for Hero handbook and mini comic that we're doing. The handbook is a fun little book. It's got all of the tables and charts and stuff that you need to roll up your own characters, like we do on the Roll for Hero show every week. And we roll up a bunch of prompts. This will give you like your alignment. It'll give you your motivation. It'll help walk you through, like, what do you do if your alignment and motivation don't seem to match up right? And like, we've got examples in the book where, like, you could be, say, a villain that's evil, but he's doing it out of a sense of justice. And that could be like your Dr. Dooms, who truly believe that they would be the best person to rule the world, and everybody would be happier if they were in control. Or you could have like a not so evil bad guy that's only doing it for the attention. And that kind of guy, like, what would he do when he robs a bank and takes a bunch of hostages and the cameras don't show up and there's no media attention? Does he get mad and go home and, stomp his feet?
Oh, I
think of Skeletor as very like evil, but doing it for the attention kind of guy. And then we have origin tables where you can roll up all of your origins, and it can be anything from, you're an alien stranded on Earth to you're an android that was built with the abilities to ... or a horrible accident gave you ... or you were experimented by a supervillain. And then you roll for your power set, and it'll tell you how many skills and major and minor powers you get. And then there's tables for all that. And Your skills are things like, that's where you get your hand-to-hand combat and your master of disguise and your master of ancient weaponry and stuff. And then we've got, major powers and minor powers, from advanced hearing to super strength and all kinds of stuff like that, super speed, energy control. And the one thing that people have to remember with this, the whole role for hero format, is I'm not giving you like complex Lego bricks that only go together a certain way. I'm giving you colors of paint in this, and you can paint whatever your imagination comes up with out of that. And you can use as much or as little of each one of the prompts as you want to. And this is your character you're making up. If you really don't like something, you can leave it out. Yeah. If something really contradicts with something else, skip it and do something else. My favorite part in this whole game, though, is the modifier table. And it's optional. But for me, it's like throwing a beautiful monkey wrench into the character. And it will have modifiers like, oh gosh, let me read some of them here without my glasses. Like the power only comes from your suit. So like, when you have your super suit, you have all this power. When you don't have it, you're powerless. Or all of your power comes from an artifact, like say the Green Lanterns in their ring. Or it comes from some giant external source somewhere else, like some ancient artifact or some alien device. Or your power's on a time limit. As soon as you start your powers, you've got 10 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, as long as you can hold your breath, whatever it is. Or my absolute favorite, your power is killing you. And the more you use it, the more it's taking out of you. And eventually it's going to cost you your life. Is it worth it to keep using it? Is it worth it to keep using your power when you have a finite amount and it's going to shut off at some point and you've used it all? What if you're in midair flying when that happens? Is it worth trying to save this guy? Oh, that's the beautiful stuff that makes for interesting characters to me. I love that part. It drives my partner Esteban crazy, but I love that part. It is one of my favorites.
Those are the characters that you love because you find the hero in that type of character. Because, now will you do this knowing this is going to happen?
Mm-hmm. And not everything is easy to draw. Like if you get like the gift of telepathy, that might be hard to actually draw in a picture. And we draw these characters up live on the spot every week, in like an hour. So some things are hard to portray that way, but it helps you think through the character. And like what their motivation is, why they're doing this. They're doing it because they're haunted by their past, or they're being chased by the people that gave them their powers in the first place. Like these kind of things really help come up with really creative, interesting characters, and I love it. And it spurs us on to such cool stories. We have so much fun on the show, and you can always tell when I get a great idea because I'm always like, oh, because I get so excited. But we come up with such cool stuff, and every week we have new characters that we want to make comic books about, and we can't do that because we have other comic books we're already have to make and get out. That with this one, that's why we're doing the mini comic along with this. Anybody who backs at like the $5 digital tier or above is going to get a link to every one of the live art streams that we're going to do, and we're going to start doing 3 a week starting like next Wednesday. We're going to do 3 a week. We're going to do one, most likely I'm thinking we're going to do Monday morning, Wednesday afternoon like we already do, and then a Friday evening. So everybody gets a chance, depending on what your work schedule is, to be able to show up and hang out. We are going to create all the characters for our new mini comic. We're going to create the world. We're going to create the story together. We're going to pick which one of these crazy characters we designed together as a group we want to make the main character, who's going to be the main villain. We're going to do all of this stuff together. We're going to create the story together. We're going to write the script together. We're going to lay out the lettering on the pages and the penciling and the inking. We're even going to print them, staple them, bind them, fold them, and cut them so they're all nice and neatly trimmed and look professional. We're going to do all that together on live stream. So you can hang out with us and be a part of the process. You can actually be a part of why these characters get created, who gets picked to be in the book, what their name is. You could literally hold the book in your hand and be like, I'm the reason that dude got kicked in the face in that panel because I suggested that. Or I'm the reason that guy has a foot for a head because I thought that would be funny, and they all laughed. You know, whatever it ends up being, my only caveat is that I want to keep it relatively kid friendly because I want the environment to be kid friendly, because I know there's a lot of young up and coming inspired creators that want to learn how to make comics too, and I want them to be comfortable hanging out and, you know, learning from the old cats. And I want to have something at my table that I can share that's fun for everybody. That's my only caveat is, you know, it's not going to be super nudie or super graphic or, you know,
there's nothing wrong with wholesomeness, Fish. That's all I gotta say. You know,
you can still make an awesome story. It can still have romance and excitement.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the Kickstarters now. It's like, I don't know. It's like, how much blood and gore can you have, you know, on one page? It's just like, you know, I think it's more, you know, ingenious to like actually develop a book that doesn't require that sort of graphic, you know, identifying.
And it's definitely more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Like, if I can just show your intestines hanging out everywhere, I can show that, you know, if I have to hint that, you know, somebody got disemboweled, that's a whole lot more difficult thing to hint at.
Okay, so now I'm going to geek out now. You ready? Because I've been rewatching Andor with my kids. And, like, I don't know where Disney went with this, but I think if I was George Lucas, I'd be really upset, okay? Because I watched episode 4 when it first came out. And the whole scene where, you know, Princess Leia is in that prison cell, and there's you know, an interrogation droid floating in with a needle posed to take her. And the only thing you see is the door closing and the guard walking by. That's it.
Oh.
Okay. It was amazing. It's like, it gave me chills. I watch Andor, and there's like a freaking almost a rape scene. And it's just like, come on, do we really need to see that? I know you're trying to make it realistic, but that's really not the point of Star Wars. Star Wars is meant to be like more intelligent, you know?
A pan away at the right time can be more scary. Leaving stuff to the imagination can be more scary. Like, the scariest thing I ever saw in any movie that scared me the most was that dude standing with his nose in the corner in that flash at the end of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, yeah.
That scared me so bad. And it's just a dude standing in a corner.
Yeah.
But knowing what must have happened around that, my imagination makes that so much scarier. The shapes moving in the darkness that I can't see are scary. If the lights are on and I can see what it is, it's not nearly as scary.
No, I mean, it just, you don't have to explain everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to leave things to the imagination, and that's what makes it both kid friendly, okay, and also makes it adult engaging as well. It's like, you don't have to be so graphic about things sometimes. Yeah. And that was really a big disappointment to me when I saw that. It's like, I saw it a second time. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, if I wanted to watch that, I watch something else. You know,
and being kid friendly doesn't mean it has to be stupid or it has to be.
No.
Look,
I mean,
boys and girls.
Pixar,
you know,
Pixar
it doesn't
proved
have
that big
to
time.
be lowbrow.
You know,
it can still be engaging. It can still be exciting. It can still be fun. It just, you know.
I mean, Monsters Inc. has got to be one of the best movies made from Pixar. It's so fun. You know, it's got adult themes in it, but it's like, it's done in a way where it's not like describing everything. So
and so that's my goal with the campaign, is to keep it to that level and, you know, keep everything simple. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I have absolutely no idea what the comic book is going to be about, and that's terrifying and fun. But we always come up with such cool ideas that I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. We've got some amazing people in our Roll for Hero fans that show up early to get like the first comment on the show, and will hang out for 3 hours if we go that long.
Nice.
And we've got great creative people that are always throwing out amazing ideas, and I'm so excited for them to get to actually have a real hand in a book that's made and be able to say, look, you know, that part is me and I got to influence that, and I had a part in that. There's also going to be tiers on here where you can actually come on the show and we will roll up a character for you, and you can help us design it, and then you'll get either like a digital digital pinup of that character, or an actual physical poster. If you back at the physical tier, I will print up a big poster of the character for you, and then you can take that character and use it in whatever you want. We might end up
That's
making
pretty
him
good.
a cameo character in the book, whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And I think the whole thing, like you're saying, you don't know what the book's going to be, but that's the fun of it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it also means that as you're going through this Kickstarter, you can also participate in what this book is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a Wild West tale around dinosaurs. This could be, cybernetic samurais. This could be hiccuping hillbillies. I don't know. There's no telling what's going to happen. But this is also going to be a really fun opportunity for anybody who's ever wanted to make comics, anybody who's thought about, I love drawing and I love drawing comics, but I don't know if I could really do this for a living. I've always wanted to be a letterer, or I would like to get better at lettering. I would like to be able to do some of these other aspects involved in making a comic. I want to know more about script writing, whatever. If you've got kids that want to be creators, or kids that are already making up their own worlds full of characters, get them involved in this, and
Exactly.
let them learn how to make their own comics that they can take to school and sell, or at least share with their friends. If you want a cool project to get to do with your kids or your friends or whatever, come hang out and join and learn how to do this.
Yep.
If you've just got an interest in self-publishing and you're worried about the state of the world today, and you have things that you want to say and be able to get your word out there, this is a great way to learn how to do that and learn how to put things together and produce them. And we're going to walk through shipping out the rewards and the whole 9 yards. So you can hang out and see what this is like. I'll answer all the questions you have about what it's like to run a Kickstarter and to create a comic book and to self-publish. And maybe you'll see that this is really what I want to do with my life. Or maybe you'll learn, maybe that's more work than I want to do, and that's okay. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to be there 3 times a week to answer questions and hang out. And it's a pretty cheap opportunity to get that much time with me answering your questions. Honestly,
I gotta say,
I should charge more for that.
I like the fact that you're doing all this, because a lot of those things you're saying, a lot of the people that we talk to, it's the information they've been wanting this whole time.
Oh man,
and to see you go through it step by step. Oof.
Oh yes, and walking through the whole process, because some of the processes aren't as much fun as others. Like laying out the pages, and I'm weird because I do it all myself. So I do the lettering first and move those balloons around the page so I can get a good flow across the page, and figure out where am I going to break this into panels and stuff that way, rather than just simply worried about the art first, because I want to make sure the lettering fits. It drives me nuts when you got to cover half of a character's head because the artist didn't leave enough room for the lettering. And so I like to be able to move that stuff around, and maybe I need to change the word balloon. Maybe I need to change where this guy is in the panel. It's a lot easier to do that in the layout stage than it is at the end when we're talking full colored artwork. That's way harder to move a guy around.
Also, as a writer, I feel like when writers are writing their comic scripts, I'm not saying all of them, but there's a lot of them that don't think about any of that. They don't think about where the words are going to go. They don't think about any of that. And it's important for the writer to think about it. It's important for the artist to think about it. All along the whole script, each person needs to figure out how this is going to happen.
Well, how can you not write a comic book and not know what the script is going to be?
Oh, I see it all.
When you go to art, I mean, it's like, you have this prose, right? And it's like, how to break this up? What are the word balloons? And leaving it up to the last minute to figure out is just, that spoils the whole technique of actually telling a story, right? Because it's all about, especially with printed comics, it's the page turn. What's going to happen on the next page, and not knowing that kind of spoils the whole experience in my mind, So.
And that's the thing, little things like setting up for a good page turn, putting the splash page in the right place on the right side so that you open up and it's like, ta-da! And not you open up and you see ta-da over here, and now you got to go back and read a page to figure out what the ta-da was for.
It's all storytelling.
Yeah.
It's storytelling.
Oh, there's so much to it. Then there's so much fun stuff to it, and so many little things to think about. And I'm really looking forward to having a chance to deep dive into just walking through it step by step as we do it, and answer questions about why I'm doing it. And like, oh, this makes a weird tangent on the page, so I'm going to move this around, and I'm going to either move the line or I'm going to move the word balloon or whatever, so it doesn't make this weird shape right here. And we're going to be doing a black and white comic, which brings its own whole set of issues and making things look right and look clear. So, you know, I
feel like a lot of people, when they think black and white, they think simplistic, but sometimes black and white is more complicated than the color.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you think like gray tones are going to open stuff up, but they actually will muddy stuff up really quickly if you're not careful with them. And so you really have to think. And when you only have like, say, 4 or 5 tones of gray to use on a page, you have to be much more precise and thoughtful about how you use those, as opposed to, you know, if I've got a whole palette full of colors, well, I can make this guy stand out by making him red or making him brighter or darker or something. But when you've got, you know, like black, white, and 3 shades of gray, you got to really make sure he stands out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I've actually have done many rewrites in this issue based on, you know, how things are laid out. It's just like I'll get to a certain point and it's like, this is not right. You know, the page turn's not right. It's the flow's not right. And I'll just sit down. Okay, then I got to refigure this out. You know, just I think it's really important, and people don't understand the complexity. I think to a really good book. That's why if you look at, you know, some of the classics that I read growing up as a kid, like, you know, the John Romita and Stan Lee Spider-Man, those were amazing. I mean, it was really simple, but the story was really engaging in terms of the pace and the way they did things. And I think it's a lot different now. I just don't get that for some reason anymore. It's like,
well,
it's
and
all
you have to have
action.
an artist that understands storytelling to be able to help make that interesting. Because like I've had people come to me about, you know, hey, will you do my book? And I'm like, sure, you know, what are your prices? And I give them my price list. And then all of a sudden I see their book is on Kickstarter, and I'm like, well, I guess they decided to go another way. And then I back it and I get a copy, and I'm like, ooh, this is rough. But then when I really look at it, I'm like, this guy gave them exactly what they put in the script. And they didn't think to put all the extra little things in the script that I put in the book to let you know, where we are in relationship to where we used to be. How did we get from that scene to this scene? If we're in the middle of a fight, how do we get from that position to this position over here? Making a good establishing shot that has lots of little things that, as you turn the camera, I can show you, oh, well, there's the printer in the background, so we know where we are in relation to where we were a minute ago. And, oh, that's the window he just kicked him out, instead of we're suddenly outside somehow.
Yep.
Showing all those little things, it's really important, and you need somebody that understands storytelling to make all that make sense.
Yep, totally agree with that.
Please make Foothead a villain.
I keep saying that because my buddy just put a villain in his book that has a hand for a head. And I absolutely love it.
Well, how many feet does he have then if he's got a foot head? Is it like 1 foot on the head, the other foot standing up? And
No, he'd have 2 regular feet. And then
2 regular feet and a foot for a head.
head.
Okay, that makes sense now. Now, at least he can walk. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
I was worried about walking, running. So
you can't have a hopping villain. That's not correct.
It might work. Yeah, it depends what you're writing.
You never know.
So maybe it's a comedy.
Well, it reminds me of Black Knight and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like just a flesh wound.
Just a scratch.
Oh my God. I love that scene.
I had to put those rabbits in a book one time because this dude just let anybody who wanted to buy an opportunity to put their characters in his comic that I was drawing. And somebody backed it and didn't have a character, and they wanted to put those rabbits in there.
Wow.
So I had to draw all these like bloodthirsty, bright white rabbits attacking and make it look cool. That was the hardest book to make cool. I think I worked the hardest on that book of anything I worked on, because I got really frustrated and I wasn't going to let the work suffer because I was mad. So I worked extra hard to make it work.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta say, like you see a lot of these Kickstarters with those tiers where you put yourself into the book or you put something into the book, and I always wondered how those go.
Sometimes they're fun. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you get people that can't wait to like get eaten by zombies and stuff, and then other times you get people that are like on the first issue of Green Zone, I picked people, random winners out of the people that backed to be in the book. And then some of them were like, well, I don't want to be a gross looking mutant, but I also don't want to be like a racist human yelling at them. So here, stick my comic book character in there instead. So I've got their comic book character like out of costume in their regular clothes yelling at these genomes because they didn't want to be in the book after all.
It's a good thing. Like I like when creators work with each other and put somebody else's character in their book as in a little cameo type of thing. I love those things. Those are great.
Oh, I'm always sticking friends and stuff in the background because I mean I can only draw so many Loomis heads in a crowd before it looks like you're just drawing a bunch of Loomis heads in the background.
Yeah.
So I will stick myself in there. I'll stick my family and my kids in there. I have a pretty diverse family, so real quickly I can make a crowd scene look like a bunch of random people because only one of my kids looks like me. But then I'll start sticking my friends in there. At the fourth issue of Green Zone, I had a bunch of crowds in close up in the hospital, and I was like, man, I got to draw a whole bunch of people here. And then it hit me. I just started going down my backer list without telling them. And like all the first backers that I knew wouldn't get mad at me for doing it, I started sticking in the book. And so it's got like Danny J. Quick and Morgan Iverson and Kyron Silva and Katie Rooston and all kinds of my friends and stuff in there, just in the background, yelling and fussing and, causing a riot. And my only cameo I make in Green Zone has me throwing a rock at Virgil because it broke my heart and I couldn't put anybody else in there and make them throw a rock at my boy, so I did it.
Yeah, that's the only time I show up. You can do it. Oh, see, this is the fun of creating comics. I feel like I don't know. The more we do this show and the more I talk to people, the more they have a stagnant view of comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Especially how long they take to happen because they're so used to Marvel and DC and they only see the butt end of the whole thing. They don't see all the work that happens because sometimes these books have been in the making for 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Like my buddy TS, his book going through Invader Press, The Digger, the 4th issue just came out.
Right.
Like that was finished like a year ago. And, just waiting for everything to get in line and go through getting produced and printed. And, and has yet still to get paid on that project because it's got to wait for everything to get done and all the numbers to come in before, they know officially how much money they made off of it to be able to pay him on it. It's a slow process going through it with the bigger guys for sure. People don't expect that.
I don't know. And it's funny you're saying that because it's that's the whole entertainment process because people think, oh, look, you did this. You got paid right now. Sometimes it takes a while to get paid. Sometimes it's as little as 2 weeks. Sometimes it's 6 months. Sometimes it's when the project is finished and everybody gets paid. So it always bugs me out because I'm always working on something and I'm always like, well, I got money. I just haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, but you're getting those fat royalty checks, right? You're getting them royalty. Yeah, I got one for 5 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they all that's
put it down
thing.
on the mortgage.
Yeah. That's another
Costs
thing.
more to cash it.
It's like, oh, those royalty checks. Yeah, the 5 cents I get every month. Yeah.
Yay!
Oh man, yeah, because I have questions all the time about Hugbert, my comic book that I've been working on, and I'm like, dude, I'm paying for everything on my own. That makes it even longer.
Yeah.
Longer.
Yeah. And people are always like, oh, well, you're an artist, you can do it yourself. Man, I wish I could do that and do all the work for free. It's like, my artist ain't free either. My artist still has to eat. He's still got a mortgage to pay. Like, he's intent on living in a house with air conditioning. He's spoiled, is what I say. And the dude eats every single freaking day, and that's expensive.
Yeah.
So, I still got to pay him. I usually end up doing projects for other people just so I can take like half of that and pay myself for a while so that I can do my own stuff.
It's so funny because Matt is always saying that. Matt Associates is always saying that, because she does everything herself for her books, and she goes, I can't afford to pay myself.
Yeah, I got a plan for it because like right now I don't know exactly where the money for next month's bills is coming from. There's a couple people that want books done, and I'm just waiting to see who pulls the trigger first to see which book I'm actually working on next.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Right now, it's still a toss-up, which is lots of fun for my anxiety.
James is like, God damn it, Fish. I would have killed for this to be a PBS show when I was a kid.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, this seems like such an amazing opportunity to me. I don't know why. So I'm probably going to figure out halfway through why nobody else is doing this.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure I'm going to figure
out why. I feel like, Fish, you already know why, because I'm looking at it and going, oh, this is a lot of work.
Oh, it's going, but I'm going to do the work anyway. And if we're being honest, I'm going to be talking the whole time anyway.
That's true.
So I might as well just stick a camera on myself. Exactly. It's only going to slow me down a little bit. It does slow me down to talk while I'm working, but I'm already talking and singing and making sound effects anyway. I might as well put a little purpose behind it. And I'm hoping once it's said and done that the entire content, like it's going to be unlisted at first when it's live, but after it's done, I'm going to make it public so people can go back and rewatch it. So I'm hoping it'll be a great, resource for people to get to follow along and watch and see and learn what it's actually like to do it.
So is there going to be a certain tier in the Kickstarter that gets you into all this? Or how are you going to do it?
Backing the Kickstarter. Everybody that backs it is going to get the link message to them.
I love that.
I'm thinking right now I'm going to do the Kickstarter Messenger and just like message you the links for the week to the shows that week. But yeah, everybody that backs it will get access. So even if you just back for like say the digital copy of the handbook, you can still hang out and watch and chat and have fun while we're working on the comic. And as things progress a little bit, I will be able to judge better like what we'll probably be covering in this week's episodes. Right. So if you want to wait until we get to the lettering portion, then you could hop in and do that. If you really want to find out more about bookbinding and how we actually make this work, then you could tune in just for that section if that's what you wanted to learn about.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings the whole audience along on the process, because you're right. You're going to be doing this anyway. You're going to be creating this book anyway. And this gives the audience some kind of feedback.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I stink at updates. Emails give me so much anxiety for some reason, and they shouldn't, but they do. And I stink at making updates, and I always feel like, well, is it enough information or is it not? Do I have enough, to update people on, or am I just spamming people with endless updates from Kickstarters that I get every day? And I hate those. But this way, I'm like, everybody can come hang out and follow along and see exactly where we are and exactly what's going on. And, it'll be fun. And it's take that long because it's not going to be that big of a book unless I really get carried away. I am thinking about like adding some stretch goals on there of doing like a second mini comic if we hit a certain level
I love that.
and stuff, because if I was just left to my own devices, I could knock one of these out in a week without a problem.
I was
And
about to say, I know how fast you work. So,
so I'm going to be slowing down just so I can do it on streams
yeah,
and spread it out through the week. Because like some people are available in the mornings or just getting off work in the mornings, and other people are only going to be available, after 5 o'clock. And some people are available in the middle of the day on Wednesdays and already watch our show.
yeah.
And so I want to give everybody an opportunity to get to tune in and get to see what's going on. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. I may find out this is all a terrible idea and regret it horribly and use it as a life lesson for other creators later.
I don't think it's going to be a terrible idea. What I think is it's going to be a lot of work.
Oh, 100%. 100%. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. That's always been my motto. Have I told you how tired I am?
I don't blame you. You know how hard you work, Fish?
Yeah. Up until these last couple of weeks, because I've between not sleeping and being sick and everything hit the fan at one time. It's been a rough couple.
So August 3rd, Monday, next Monday. It's already right there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you doing like a kickoff video thingy, or what are you doing?
I was planning on doing a big kickoff video thingy, and then I got a doctor's appointment that morning. So I'm either going to have to bump the launch back a little bit later than I planned to, or just launch it and go to the doctor, because the doctor's appointment came in right when I was planning on launching it. But this is one of those hard to get into specialists, and I tore up my arm. Drawing comics tore up my shoulder. And so I got to go to the doctor and get this figured out.
James is like, I smell a team up hand and foot.
Oh, there's some kind of thing in there with the athlete's foot or something as a connection to make that all work together.
Oh my God. It all comes together, folks. This is all the fun of the whole thing.
And that's where the fun, man, we have so much fun kicking ideas around with the guys in the comments. And like on one episode, we were creating aliens, and they were reptilian and they had multiple eyes and they were shapeshifters and all this stuff. And people were yelling out all these different cool names and stuff. And then somebody yelled out Deceptile. It was Dadpool in the comments, yelled out Deceptile. And I snagged that name, and I was like, I want to use it for like my character's name, but that's much better as like a species name, like to make these guys be Deceptiles that are these shape-shifting reptiles that can be anything. And everybody had a different look. Mine absolutely looked like a 70s pimp, because somebody said something in the comments and that got me thinking a Huggy Bear. And then I just died laughing and it was all over with. And so, I've got this snake dude in a pimp coat and a silk shirt and a cane and a big hat. And oh my God, he's beautiful. I love him so much.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Oh, man. So, Fish, one more time, tell the people where they can find you, all the good stuff. Go for it.
GoMrFish.com is the short link that'll always take you to what I'm working on right now, which right now is the pre-launch page for the Roll for Hero Handbook and Mini Comic, available now on pre-launch on Kickstarter. And you can go there, click Notify Me on launch, like 17 of your other newest friends that are going to meet there. And you can follow along and watch us make a new mini comic, get the handbook, make up your own characters like we do on the YouTube channel every Wednesday at 3:30, 2:30 Central. And you can follow Mr. Fish Comics on all the other platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, everywhere. Mr. Fish Comics, or MrFishComics.com, where you can buy all the back issues of all of my books.
I gotta say, I watch how many your videos are constantly popping up on me, and I watch them, And I'll sit there going, how the hell is Fish doing all these videos? Because I know anytime I've tried to go in that direction, I'm like, no, this ain't happening.
It's you like I had somebody comment on one of my videos today because it was one of my warm-up sketch videos. And usually I'm doing vintage characters, and this one was Heat Blast from Ben 10. And somebody was like, vintage, Heat Blast is vintage. And I was like, well, one man's vintage, childhood hero is another man's happened yesterday.
Yep.
And B, part of making this stuff go out so fast is that I use a lot of stuff in like repetitive methods. So I'm using a lot of the same audio every time, and I got a formula for knocking out those videos quick. So when I get done with a new piece of art, I can just drop in the time lapse, and I can drop in the comment that somebody made and replace the one that was there and output a new video and make it, it takes me maybe 5-10 minutes to get a new video ready to go out instead of having to edit for 2 hours like it used to. And
oh my God, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, which is why I'm looking at you going, how the hell are you doing this? But that makes sense. That's a format, and it's funny to say, but formats help you out a lot.
Oh yeah, shortcut absolutely everything that I possibly can. Like that's why when I'm like drawing a background in a comic book, I will draw the whole background behind them, behind the smoke and the monsters and everything, because I don't know when I could use that for another scene in the same book or the next book or a different book, that I could use that bank in, or I could flip it and make it, Wall Street or whatever. And even if I can't reuse that same image, maybe I can use it as a reference for the next time I need to use that same, location from a different angle. Man, if I can reuse something, I will, and save myself as much time as possible.
I totally agree with that.
Makes life easier, folks. There's times where I'm doing videos and I'm like, I'm just going to use this from this thing over here, and look, it's a video. Woo!
I'm telling you, man, as much as I can. And I will go back and take like some videos. If I record like a live video straight onto TikTok, I will go back and download those later, and then I will put like time-lapse footage of me doing some traditional inking over that, and then put new captions over it. And I got a whole new video out of that, in a few minutes. And I can get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 videos sometimes out of the same, me saying why I ink the way I do. And I can just reuse that same audio on different B-roll stuff and anything to try and get as much use out of it as possible. And you never know when somebody's going to come around and find it and it actually hits for them. Like I've done some really awesome fan art videos that like 6 people saw. And, and it was awesome.
Talking about.
And then another one gets seen by 1,000 people, and I'm absolutely going to repost those fan art videos again down the road and save me a little bit of time and give other people a chance to see them.
But it makes sense though, because you're explaining something and the videos are giving examples of what you're explaining, so it kind of works, because even if you're saying the same thing, it's a whole different piece of work that you have showing.
Oh yeah, and like I've learned from watching other people that are much smarter streamers than me, that realize when they realize they're talking about something good, they will pose themselves a little bit differently, and they'll go into a slightly different voice, and they will do a bit right then on the live stream that they know they can come back and chop later for a TikTok video and a reel on Instagram. And I'm like, that's clever.
Yeah,
they're thinking this through better than I do. I'm having to chop up what I actually said and trying to make it make sense.
I gotta say, like, as simple as it is complicated only because you have to remember where you said what you said, or just put it in the work and find the bits and pieces. I know there's AI things now that I help you chop it up to find the better parts of things, But as an editor, I have to say that it's always better when you edit it personally.
Yeah. I mean, and even if you use the AI to find some good
Yeah,
bits, go back in and re-edit that because
exactly.
they very rarely find good bits that make sense
Yep.
and work as a whole, or don't cut you off too soon, or catch a really weird part of what you were saying that
Oh
taken alone makes you sound crazy racist or something. Like there's just, you can take stuff way out of context
oh,
and be like,
definitely.
what was he saying about touching kids? And no, it's so meaningful to the kids. You take the wrong part of that statement, and that sounds weird.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen some of these programs and what they chop up, and I'll sit there going, no, 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 this works better, and I'll go in and I'll work with it, I'll play with it, to put it what I want to be in it, because you're right. I feel like sometimes it puts in the weirdest pieces. Sometimes it gets it right on the money, but I feel like most of the times you got to go in and tweak it.
Oh yeah, most of the time, at best, it's close.
Yeah,
Like it got within a couple of steps where you were with that ball, and you
yeah,
got to move over and catch it to make
yep.
it look right. But yeah, it can get close, but it doesn't do good on its own.
No.
Well, I love it when AI gets insulted when you say, no, mine's better than yours.
I'm here to tell you, my Amazon-based listening device has been getting really pissy with me lately and having an attitude. I keep snapping at it because it keeps jumping in on conversations that I wasn't having with my wife, and we didn't announce her name or anything. And she just jumps in and starts giving me information about some random thing it thinks it heard me say, and I get frustrated. And now she's had an attitude with me for a couple of weeks, and like she's really has an attitude, and I'm worried. I'm just starting to get scared of this thing now.
I have to say I've been dealing with my iPhone the same way. There's times where I don't even say her name. You see, I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you'll see it. I'm like, I'm not talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly, I'll snap at it, and then it gets funny on me, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
because it's always listening, folks.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry to tell you this, or
I'm just here
have
to be
tell you this.
helpful. I'm not here to get in the way. Don't take your temper out on me. And I'm like, all right, woman, look, settle down.
Oh my God, I forgot what day it was. I was doing something, and this thing decided to jump in on me in the middle of doing something, and I was like, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So Paul,
It was fun for about 5 minutes, and now it's kind of bugging me.
I'm telling you, yeah. Paul, tell the people one more time where they can find you. Go for it.
All right, so I'm available on social media at Time Enforcers, pretty much everywhere. Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, all the same handle. And just having a great time doing this Kickstarter, trying to reach out and get people involved in it. It's, I think, a great project, and I think it's, doing well. So I can't wait to fulfill it when it's all done, and then move on to the tabletop role-playing game, which I'm really excited about. I think that'll be a really cool addition to the whole program for the framework, and pretty excited about that.
I am excited to see where this goes, because I know you have all these plans, and folks, you need to help the professor out, because he needs a team to complete all the things he needs to complete.
Yeah, I'll probably be throwing free stuff in all my backers regardless. I mean, I just can't help. I get these, backing, I get these projects that I backed, and okay, it's exactly what I got, but I don't know. I mean, I'm supporting a project. I think you're entitled to a few extra goodies as far as I'm
concerned. It kind of hurts my feelings if I don't get like a sticker or something at this point. I've gotten conditioned to the free knickknacks.
It's not even that. I think
I didn't even want in the beginning.
I mean,
the
whole point of Kickstarter is to build, an audience, build a following, right? And just say, okay, you backed my project, here's what you got. I don't know. I think it needs to be more than that. And that's why
build a relationship with people. You know?
That's the whole point. It's like if I wanted to buy a comic book, I'd go to the store and buy a comic book, you know? Yeah. It's like I backed your Kickstarter for a reason because I thought it was neat, thought it was interesting. I want to support you. So
I put a handwritten card
love,
on my campaigns. You might not be able to read it because it's handwritten, but I put a handwritten card in there.
You're right. I have gotten a couple of good messages from you when I've gotten your Kickstarters.
Yeah. Handwritten notes are really important. I think it shows that people, you know, took the time to say something. Whether they could read it or not, that's a whole nother story.
You know, my doctor's right.
Tourette's, man. Come on.
Oh, man. So, Fish, you are welcome next week if you want to come on and talk about it because that's your launch day. So you're more than welcome to come on. It's
not like I'll, you know, be talking 3 times a week on a live stream.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, as much opportunity as I can get to get out there and share the word and try and get people like James in the comments to come check it out and give it a back, man. Of course I'm gonna come on and say, hey, man, absolutely.
And folks, Wednesday, I don't know what's going on. I know we got some guests, so show up for the written on Wednesday. And have some fun because if I remember the way it's supposed to go, it should be really fun. Some folks, sometimes I am surprised by the show we have.
Every time.
I can say that actually. Oh my God. All right, folks. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves.
No video? I'm hurt. No video? Come on.
Oh, you want to do the video? Sure.
Come on, do the video. I like watching it.
We'll do the video.
Come on, man.
I like this video.
To the next thrilling installment of the Time Enforcer Saga, Episode 2, Flying into the Crime Squad, where learning history can be fun.
Welcome to Axiom Intergalactic News, your single source of truth for the events that shape our reality. Timeline in chaos! The GSTC moves into action! This is your announcer, Ed Henry, bringing you the latest intergalactic updates from the Axiom News Network. The Galactic Space-Time Consortium, watchful guardians of the timeline, are under attack! A new evil from a trans-dimensional realm has emerged with a diabolical mission to transform reality as we know it. As events unfold, one question remains and looms large. Has the public placed its faith in an organization unprepared to handle the challenges ahead?
Fascinating read. A bit difficult to comprehend. I'll have to consult with CG about this one. Well, hello there, and good day to you. I'm Paul Hebert, speaking to you from the historic Thomas Nass Library, right here in Morristown, New Jersey. Now, if you've been following the reports from the Axiom News Network, you could be forgiven for believing our situation is, well, needless to say, rather dire. However, the truth is considerably more fascinating. For centuries, history has quietly shaped the world around us. Yet few realize that hidden behind pivotal moments in our past stands an organization dedicated to protecting the very timeline itself, the Galactic Space-Time Consortium. Its mission appears simple, but it is somewhat difficult in practice. Preserve history as we know it. Today, this challenge has never been more important, and that is precisely what the Time Enforcers is all about. One might even say learning history can be far more exciting when action and adventure is a big part of it. But enough from me. I would like to introduce you to one of the founders of the GSTC, the venerable Professor C.T. Haugens. C.T., are you there?
Blast it, Paul. Couldn't you have picked a better time to drop in? It's total chaos here. The outer defenses of the GSTC headquarters have been breached. Time portals are destabilizing. The archives are under siege. The very timeline itself is at risk of collapse. We need to call in every recruit we can to the GSTC to help out. I can't speak now. I have to go.
Well, as you can see, the situation has become considerably a bit more complicated, and quite frankly, we can use your help. Joining our Kickstarter campaign is your opportunity to take part in this mission. Whether you're discovering Time Enforcers for the very first time, or you followed our adventures from the very beginning, you will find a reward tier worthy of every agent. Choose from multiple editions of the graphic novel, including 5 stunning variant covers illustrated by an incredible lineup of legendary artists, an exclusive hardcover edition, and additional rewards that will unlock as new stretch goals are achieved throughout the campaign. Every pledge strengthens the mission. Every backer helps bring this adventure one step closer to reality. Friends, make a pledge. Support the mission and help us defeat Kronolith and his evil minions of doom once and for all. The GSTC is counting on you. Thank you for your support.
Oh my god.
I mean, Ryan nailed that. I just love to hear Ryan's voiceover with that whole Ed Henry. It's just amazing. He just nailed it big time. So much
Dude,
fun.
you were having too much fun with that. And that's why you people should support this, because Paul has so much passion with this.
Gotta make learning history fun, because man, people aren't learning enough about history as far as I can see.
I
Well,
agree.
you ain't lying.
Same thing with Mr. Fish. He has so much passion for what he's doing, and this sounds like it's going to be a really interesting project, and you can jump into this from the get-go, folks. You know, who doesn't want to see how comic books are made?
Mm-hmm. And
I
if
sure
you
do.
just always wanted to be a part of it, you can get in
Exactly.
for as little as $5 and be a part of a comic, get your name in the credits, man. Come on. Let's do this thing. Let's have some fun.
Well, you had me at the creation part of this book, so, so I already know I'm jumping in on that. All right, folks, I hope you've enjoyed yourself on this show. When it ends, I press the button and this happens.